Okay, that was episode 9 of season 1 of Attack on Titan. I'm sorry, I'm writing. So he bit himself. There was lightning. And then he like a quarter became that again. Like no legs, just like rib cage and up and bony.
Well, in the flashback, his dad said you have to master it. So maybe he wasn't able to like fully do it.
I feel like I need to like watch that like scene, like frame by frame.
Frame by frame.
Ah, Sachi.
I know, she was messing with me too.
What the heck, dude? I'm so confused. Take back wall
Maria
and reach the basement. So he's conscious when this happens. We didn't know that, I don't think.
Right. So I think we kind of saw that, right?
Yeah.
That angle.
This is what is that? Like... Okay,
the
trees.
because he's in the woods. What was... Did you see there was like hand?
That. It looks like him sleeping, I guess?
Yeah.
I guess it's just the scene, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's so many quick cuts that I didn't know.
You thought there might be like a hidden Easter egg or something in there.
I don't know, man. I'm so confused. Okay, and now I want to see like what happened when he actually became that. So they're getting fired at, right?
Yeah. So as soon as he bit himself, lightning.
Blood, then lightning.
Well, that's the arm he stretched up.
There was
the
obviously
one that was
and the cut off, so there's blood
blood
there. And then lightning. Lightning was when the colossal one
colossal
appeared,
shows
right?
up. There's a lightning bolt. I don't know if there is one for the armored Titan though.
Is that a visual or is that happening? Can the rest of the characters see the lightning?
We know that the Titans are really hot. Like, there's a lot of heat coming off of them.
And, okay, so that happened. What? Their memories will tell you how to use it?
Yeah, what does that mean?
Shuttle Imperial memory. Where? So if the cannons were fired, it didn't seem like when he was the Titan before, he was regenerating. So maybe it's like the instant he takes damage, it stops like the transformation. So that's why he wasn't like fully like...
I was thinking maybe it's because he was so tired. He couldn't
That's
move.
true.
He still like couldn't move, and that's why Mikasa had to pick him up. So I'm thinking maybe it's like an exhaustion thing, and he hasn't mastered it. Whatever it is.
What is their memories will tell you how to use it?
Yeah, I don't know.
So
who's they?
It's like I see a shot being injected into him. His dad, very clearly, at least to me, it seems like gave him this ability.
Yeah.
Is it like we thought maybe it was a massive basement and he had kept Titans down there? Is it like he extracts like some memories of every Titan ever, and then like their experience of being a Titan would help him know how to do it? I don't understand that their memories will tell you how to use it.
At first, when it said, I was like, Mikasa and Armin? I was like, they don't have memories of this. They've never been to the basement. But, like, I guess it's a they we don't know of.
Yeah.
Or we can't think of who the they would be. But there's a they that know things and have memories.
This happened after their mother was killed. The shot. And it seemed like he only did it for the sake of getting this basement back, right?
This basement is of the utmost importance.
That you are going to turn your son into something that could potentially get him killed in order to get there.
And the area where their house was is still overrun. And that's where the survey group was, correct?
We don't know if it was
Or,
like right there.
Right
but, like,
there, not by the basement.
They were
specifically,
retaking
but they were
land.
trying to retake that area. It's just so funny that when we first got into this episode and when we were about to watch it, we were like, oh, I wonder if there's going to be a tattletale or someone's going to say this happened, they saw this happen with Eren. It never crossed my mind that a bunch of other people would have witnessed him change back, because it didn't really appear like there were tons of other people around. It seemed like most people had died except for like the main kind of group.
I think that's what happened. I'm pretty sure that only that main group saw them, and once they were returned, they probably mentioned it and then told them they couldn't talk about it. And then this happened.
I don't know, because I thought some of the soldiers that were looking at him with swords pointed, said they saw it.
Oh.
And they were all kind of looking at him like they saw it.
Mm.
I mean, that fear, I feel like they wouldn't have that fear unless they had actually maybe witnessed it themselves.
Maybe. I didn't see that, but I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, if it's just like they'd have to quickly get over to where he was, right?
Mm-hmm.
Their memories is going to irritate the crap out of me until we figure out what that means. Same with when it was talking about the key, and it was like, whenever you see this key, don't forget about the basement. I felt like he was talking to me. Like, I was like, yeah, I know. Whenever I see that key,
he hasn't forgotten about the basement this whole time. We even were wondering where the key was, because obviously Eren had it under his shirt, but we thought maybe we'd be able to see it throughout some of the other episodes.
So it looked like it was... So my whole thought of him, like, taking over the Titan was gone, right? The visual looked like his arm pointing up to cut off, and then it turned into the Titan's arm.
It's like it grew around him.
Yeah.
Or he grew, but technically he couldn't have grown into it when his body was literally like wrapped around the spine of it. So it's not like his body transformed into it. It's like it wrapped itself.
Okay.
But except for that form that we just saw. You don't see him right here, right?
We didn't see him.
It's kind of just a sinewy head with a ribcage.
Was he with Mikasa and Armin still?
No.
So we don't know if he's in the back of it.
We don't know if he's in the back.
Yeah.
I guess there is a neck, technically, for that, like, a ribcage Titan.
Yeah, because there's a head.
But
no, that makes sense, though. So I had, like, when watching it, I was like, did he quickly turn into the Titan and then eat them to, like, keep them safe? But if it, like, forms around him, that makes more sense to how Mikasa and Armin, like, are where they are in relation to the Titan. I mean,
they had to have seen something for him to be so willing to even kill Mikasa, who the guy next to him was like, she's worth 100 of our people.
Well, he just seems like a bitch, to be honest. He
seems like he's just... I mean, the whole time that we've seen little blips of him, I have not liked him as a character. That captain, whatever he is. Just never liked him.
Yeah, I don't like him at all.
I don't really think he thought this through properly either. Like, that's not an interrogation at all. You're gonna, like, do you not even fathom that someone turning into something could mean they don't have any memory of it? I don't know. Like, and also, you would want to experiment on them possibly, even though that's messed up, to understand how and why this happened, and could it happen to other people, and are there more threats out there that they don't know about? It just seems like this whole situation was very rash on his part, out of fear. Like, we need to eliminate this thing that we just saw, whatever happened, we don't understand it. And he's willing to kill other humans next to that thing.
We know he's not, like, the most in charge person, you know?
I kept waiting for, like, someone else higher up to show up and stop him, or say something to him about the circumstance. I kept waiting for that. I even thought, as soon as, like, the key and, like, the flashbacks of Eren's dad, I was like, what if Eren's dad shows up? You know? He's a well-respected doctor.
Well, I don't know.
Not that could, like, change the military and what they're doing, but...
I don't know where his dad is. I'm really concerned for him now. I'm thinking that he might be like gone, like dead or something, because he's crying in this flashback, right? In year 845.
Mm-hmm.
This happens before their training. It happens in this time span that we never got to see. After they escaped, randomly in the woods somehow, and then he woke up, like, safe with Mikasa, right? So, I don't know when this takes place, but him crying, too, it makes me feel like it was, like, a he's on the run kind of thing, because we saw him being chased, like, or not being chased, but, like, running with the horse and carriage, and then this happens, and
You could be right about that. I also was just thinking what was stopping Eren from getting a cut and this happening to him sooner. You know, maybe it had to be some big monumental emotional moment for it to trigger it. But if it just needed his blood, then I'm not sure what would keep it from happening. Obviously, because like you said, this happened years ago.
So maybe it's like a will thing. I mean, right before he turned into it for the first time, or it wrapped around him for the first time, he was like explaining like how like he wanted to still kill all the Titans. He wanted to kill every last one of them. Then that happened. This time he was so passionate about like saving Armin and Mikasa and remembering what happened. He also said something about that wasn't a dream. Like, so maybe he does kind of remember himself in the Titan, and it just seems like a dream to him.
And I remember him kind of waking up and finding the key, and Mikasa being like, dude, I don't know what you're talking about, kind of thing. And I kept thinking maybe she did know a little bit more.
But if it impairs their memory, does that mean Mikasa was given a shot?
Maybe. He did say that whatever he was like doing could impairs their memory. So maybe, because like when he woke up, Mikasa didn't have any memory, and I'm like, Mikasa would have known if Eren went off somewhere,
exactly,
or if something happened to him. So maybe her memory was also impaired.
I have the shot where the scene with the shot pulled up that says their memories will tell you how to use it. That is going to murder me, man. Like, whose memory, like, okay, their memories will tell you how to use it. Does that imply that there is people who know more about the Titans, people who have been in a similar situation before? Does that mean that there are people who like maybe as Armin's grandfather or parents had that book of history, maybe when the Titans first appeared, people wrote down certain things about them, and then that's like an injection of like just knowledge and like their historical records, their memories that way.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if there was historical records that were also taboo and not allowed. It seems like the higher up in the king kind of handpicked what they wanted kind of society to believe and learn in order to kind of keep everyone, you know, not wanting to venture out into the world. So maybe he has books down there. Maybe he has things down there that are forbidden.
Why? Yeah, okay, that makes sense why he wouldn't, like, go to the king or the government to tell them the utmost important stuff is in his basement, because maybe they would want to hide it.
Right, they might not want to use it, whatever it is.
So his son would have to go get it because he's not connected to them.
So that just makes you think there's even more shady stuff happening higher up.
Yeah. We met, okay, I could talk about that for like 2 hours, bro. We met, Sachi,
you're on a very important
was
notebook.
it Erwin or Levi, the cool one, who looked like who seemed like Eren, but like...
Oh, wanting to kill all the Titans? Levi.
Okay. Because he was talking like, I'm going to kill all the Titans.
Yeah, it was very, like, parallel to how Eren talks about them.
But his, like, skill, that's like,
He was twisting, he was cutting, like, literal chunks.
That's like somebody just, like, being able to ride or stand on a skateboard versus somebody who can do, like, all these tricks on a skateboard. Or, you know, like, it's... kind of shows you like what the best of the best can do with ODM gear, which is nuts. He seemed cool. I liked him when he was like talking to that person who obviously really respected him, who was dying.
It didn't feel like a front or a lie either, which made me start to really like that character. Because it didn't seem like he was saying this fluff in order to make the person die peacefully. It sounded like he was really... And he even turned to the girl Petra.
Yeah, Petra.
And was like, do you think he heard me everything I had to say? And I was like...
That made me, like, for a second consider it was like he was saying this to make sure he could go out in peace.
Yeah, but I think when I was first bringing it up, I think I was insinuating that it was really actually fake.
Yeah.
What he was saying. I mean, there's like, everything you're saying is true, and you really want him to hear it before he dies. You really want him to hear it before he dies, so he dies peacefully. Mm-hmm. And what you're saying is a lie. You know, there's like 3 kind of steps to that.
Yeah,
of what it could have been.
Regardless, if it's hard to believe that one person's death would, you know, like,
they could have been friends.
Sure, I know. I just mean what the guy actually said. Like, he was like, "Does this help? Like, was my death like meaningless?" kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And regardless if like how you look at it, and even if Levi was like truly believes that every death counts, which is like awesome. Like every death like counts towards their goal of victory. Like even if that wasn't, he didn't believe that. If he told that to somebody on their deathbed to just give them more closure, that's still freaking awesome, dude.
Yeah, he knows what to say. I mean, especially if you know someone's literally about to die, you would say something to them that would like help them go, you know, in a nice, peaceful way, where they don't feel like they have any regrets or they've left anything behind. And I think what he said was really great in that moment.
He was a badass.
It was really cool.
We've never seen, I don't think, anybody as skilled with like how they move and like he like shoved the blades into his eyes, stood on top of his head just chilling for a second, and then killed him. We've never seen anything like that. So it's like he seems, unless the people in the military police are even better than that, like the military police seemingly would want someone like him, right?
Didn't they say something like these were actually the real geniuses or the real best people that were in this specific group? One thing that you brought up, the eye thing, him sticking the gear into the Titan's eyes.
Yeah.
It made me think, and I think I said something while it happened. I was like, why did none of the other Titans seem to react by getting blown by a cannon? And they just keep crawling. They don't seem like they get hurt. That one seemed like it was hurt. And I wonder if it was because the eyeballs are just a more sensitive area to them.
That's
or something.
A great point.
Because they literally crawl even though half of them are gone. They don't scream in pain, you know?
This one
we
literally...
haven't seen it yet. It literally was like, you know? And...
It's literally like screaming about it.
It literally is acting like a human would if that happened to them. And I found that really weird because I hadn't really seen that sort of behavior.
Have we seen a Titan get hit in the eye before?
Not in the eye, but we've just seen them get hurt.
Yeah.
And I just haven't seen that behavior of actually acting like they feel pain.
So, So that could be another weakness, right?
Yeah, that could be another weakness. Which would be good to know another weakness other than the neck. Because it's good to blind them and then do it. That's awesome.
Who's abnormal girl? This chick with glasses is freaking me out, bro. It's okay, I won't hurt you.
Her personality is fun. I kind of can't wait to get to know her better as a character.
It's okay, I won't hurt you.
JK.
Fast forward 5 seconds, I'm gonna kill you. What the hell? And you're right, it's not just like a slice. It's like they carve it out.
They're literally taking like watermelon chunks
If you did that to Eren when he was the Titan, would that kill Eren?
We did. Remember when we first found out that he was like in there somehow? Yeah. We thought to ourselves, what if someone had attacked him? Would it have literally killed Eren because he was in the neck?
But that was when I thought that they just slice it like a straight line across the neck. But if they do like a chunk like that, it almost feels like they would cut out the chunk that the person's in and then like just separate them from the body without killing them. Because there's that huge chunk of like flesh that the person could be in, right?
Chunk, yeah.
And
what was his name?
We
also got
Erwin.
Erwin?
I think. Sachi's on my notebook.
Can we talk about how Hans seemed so kind of
Hans
courageous?
is a badass, bro.
And I feel like he's kind of grown up in terms of his courage. Obviously, he was always an adult, but it seems like he's definitely become a lot more. I mean, obviously, he's also had to live a few years of understanding that there are going to be Titans breaching the walls now. So I was really impressed by him, honestly, and how he was speaking to the other people on the wall with him.
Yeah.
And also how he was speaking about the kids. The three of them. He even said each one of them has a survival skill.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I love that the three basically main characters, the main three friends, each have a different thing to bring to the table that is their key to survival. I love that.
Yeah. In the interaction that Erwin and Levi had, it seemed like they would be retreating, pulling back to go to where all the action is happening, like with our main cast. Do they show up next, like to either take back what we just lost or to like interact with the situation that's going on right now, like with Aaron, Armin, and Mikasa?
Think about it this way: if they're possibly in the area where the house is, in that same kind of area that's already been run by Titans, and Aaron's trying to maybe escape that way, I don't know if he'll be able to fully pull together his form or something to go that way. That's what I thought he was gonna try to do, but then he turned into the ribcage. I thought maybe they'd both kind of converge on one point, but honestly, this was not. I was thinking it would be a secret for a while.
Yeah.
That they all would keep it a secret what they saw.
This shot of like Aaron reaching up,
his eyes too,
and it like pulling out, and I'm like, why are they showing us this like throat? And then it's a like smash cut to like the actual. Oh my god,
awesome.
That was. Ugh.
I'm wondering. I was thinking there might be more people inside that other one that weren't completely dead, but there seemed like there was only one person. Because it doesn't seem like they fully chew them or even bite them in half all the time.
His eyes are mad glowy, bro.
Very green.
I don't have any answers. I have so many questions. Petra was the girl there who Levi asked if he could hear her, and then I asked, or hear him, and I asked if she was like a medic kind of person.
I wouldn't be, and that's a great like thing to bring up. They haven't discussed there being people who were medics, but it would make sense to me. If you're sending any team out to a place that might be dangerous, you should always send someone who has some form of medical knowledge.
Why does this one glasses chick want to see the abnormal?
I think there's always just like a crazy person that likes to know more and have more knowledge.
She sees Aaron.
She's gonna be obsessed with Aaron. If he survives, obviously.
If that is how next episode opens, and it's like...
She's gonna be like, don't you dare kill him! And she's gonna like jump in front. This isn't abnormal, you can't kill him!
Yeah, and then turn around 10 seconds later and kill him. Like, she seems like so back and forth, like, I would never kill you, Titan, and then kills the Titan.
That Titan wasn't abnormal.
Yeah, but she still said to him that she wasn't gonna kill him.
She was probably checking first to see if he was, and then she killed him because he wasn't cool. Maybe that's what she does. She'll be like, no, I won't kill you.
Okay,
oh, wait, you're boring.
Why are abnormals abnormal? Like, what happens to them?
It's probably just the same thing as any animal kind of...
It's like a shiny in Pokemon.
it is like that in Pokemon, yeah. But I think with every like kind of animal species, there's always some form of like genetic mutations or I don't know, just different things happen to make someone or a creature be slightly different than the others. So I guess that's just the same thing with Titans, thinking about them like they're in the animal kingdom.
Bruh, I kinda, even though I didn't want to see it, I really wanted to see Mikasa kill all of them.
Yeah, but then she really would have been arrested for treason.
Yeah.
I mean, like, fight back. If someone's about to kill you,
Armin
get
really
it.
does remind me of Tails from Sonic, bro. He's smart. He's yellow.
That's
What
all
more
you
do I
need.
need?
You don't need any more than that. So, what do you think next episode? Where do you think it's going?
Man, I don't know.
We're gonna get to the basement anytime soon?
I don't know. This show is the hardest show. I can talk about like these like obscure big questions that I have, but when it comes to trying to figure out what happens next episode, I thought we skipped an episode for a second here. Once we showed up and they were surrounded, I have no idea. We could be 5 years in the future next episode. I don't know.
There was a cut to, I think it was when Jean was talking, to like Mikasa, Armin, and Eren being put in like a thing and kind of taken there. And I wish it had been like a longer shot for me to really understand how they got there. Because when we first opened into the show, I was like, wait, why are we here? How'd they get there? Why are they cornered?
It seemed like they retreated to the wall that's still intact. They dropped down a basket, put like all the people left in it, and then pulled it back up, and then dropped it back on the other side. And that's where they are now. I don't know, man. It was interesting that we got a little more of the scout squad in the first part of the episode, though.
These are different. Is the survey people different than the scout regiment? Or are they part of the scout regiment?
I think the scout are the people who survey.
Ah.
They go into the Titans' land. Which went right when they said that, I was like, what does the Titans' land look like? And I'm like, oh, Titan territory. And I'm like, okay, Titan territory is just the rest of the world. Like it's not like I had like a vision of them being like a forest colony kind of thing. And I'm like, nope, that's just every place that the Titans have taken over. Yep.
Because like it's hard to fully remember all the time that this really is a giant enclosure. When we were first opened into like the first episode, there were fields, there were houses, there were cities, you know. We saw that one lord and he had this flower garden that stretched for miles. So there really is a lot of land. There was even mountain towns inside. Remember, like we have a few characters who were from these more mountain villages. Like there is a lot of territory within these walls, and it kind of, I forget about that, and I really think of just the cities as being the main places that people live.
Yeah.
And so I keep and so like that shot of them, the survey people all going out, I was like, wow, they're leaving the walls and there are some houses out there. And then I kind of thought again to myself, I was like, oh wait, I'm sure there are areas inside the walls that look like that.
I get what you mean. I wonder, have we gotten, and we just missed it, like an actual like mile radius, like how many square miles is in this?
If we did,
circle?
it might have been on one of the maps of the walls, and it might not have been translated.
Yeah, before we switched from Funimation to Crunchyroll.
Okay, that's all I have to talk about with that. Honestly, the crying of the father when he gave the injection, I attribute that to the fact that you're literally injecting your terrified child with something that is going to possibly turn them into a monster.
It doesn't seem like possibly. It seems like
that's
definitely. And why is he able to do this? Why can he?
He's more than just a doctor. He's a mad scientist.
And he has like a vial for it, right? This man,
the shot impairs the memory, but the shot is also something else. It's not just a shot that just does that.
Maybe it is.
Or maybe it is. Maybe there was some other thing he did to Eren that we weren't shown.
Maybe the shot is just their memories.
Who are they? What are your memories?
Okay, I'm done. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we hope to see you next time. Like, so maybe he does kind of remember himself in the Titan.